हमारे लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना बिल्कुल ना भूलें ताकि हमारे सभी नोटिफिकेशंस आपको सबसे पहले मिलें। Digimentor Education is India's best platform to prepare for GATE, NTA, UGC, NET and PGT Computer Science। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.digimentor.com पर विजिट करें।
So we'll begin with Constitution in this class. So I can see many students have joined with us. Hi everyone. So okay, you can keep on asking questions in this live chat. I'll try to keep a track of this. So we'll begin with this with our lesson Constitution. Okay, I'll also use some terms in Hindi so that students who have learned all their life all these topics in Hindi so they can make a sense of this. So this is topic Constitution और इंडिया का जो संविधान है उसके बारे में है ये. So just try to keep a look at this slide. You'll know everything. So first of all, we have this written constitution. It is not necessary that every country should have written constitution, and many countries don't have their written constitution, but we have a written constitution. And this constitution of India is the backbone of democracy. Achha, when we say democracy, what do we mean by that? Because these are the questions which they ask. These are the questions which they ask in interpretative type of questions. They'll give some paragraph or they'll try that whether you know about it or not. So when we say democracy, what do we mean? That this is government of the people, by the people, for the people. That is, we the people are electing our government. So this is the basic understanding of democracy that we all have. So this Constitution of India is backbone of democracy. What do we mean by this? Like, we are the people who are electing our government, and this government makes law within the parameter of Constitution. That this government cannot make law outside the parameter of this Constitution. So this Constitution is backbone of democracy. ठीक है, this constitution is backbone of democracy because we elect our government and our government frames law, makes law, regulates law within the parameter of this constitution. It is an umbrella of rights that gives the citizen an assurance of free and fair society. So we know that we have certain fundamental rights in our constitution. Right to live with dignity, right to education. We have certain fundamental rights which we'll discuss later. But this constitution is an umbrella of rights, and this umbrella of rights helps a citizen, ensures a citizen for free and fair society, just society, to ensure justice to each and every citizen of India. Okay, so when is the Republic Day? We all know it's 26 January 1950 when the Constitution came into force. Constitution came into force on 26 Jan 1950. But when it was adopted? It was adopted on 26 November 1949. So the Constituent Assembly, after the independence, the Constituent Assembly that drafted the Constitution finalized and adopted it on 26 November 1949, and it came into force on 26 January 1950. So when we say that ours is a democracy, India is a democratic country, what form of democratic country are we? We are parliamentary democracy. What form of democracy we are? Parliamentary democracy. We all know that we have one parliament. We have two houses in the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And executive is responsible to the parliament. We'll discuss about it, but for that basic structure, when we say we have parliament, we have Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, we have Lok Sabha, we have Rajya Sabha, and in Lok Sabha, जैसे अभी हाल ही में which government is in the power? It's BJP. And if we say BJP is the executive, so this executive is responsible to the parliament. BJP is responsible to whole parliament. I mean all the parties which together form the parliament. So executive is responsible to the parliament. Okay. Okay, so this is, I think this slide was basic about constitution. Now we can go to a next slide. Okay, the parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, as we discussed. And when we say also the type of governance is federal, what is this federal? So this federal means division of power at center and state and local level of bodies. So what do we mean by this? When we say parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, we all know that. Come on. Now when we say governance is federal, what do we mean by that? This is division of power. Division of power, all the power. Legislative powers. What are the legislative powers? Making the laws. Administrative powers, यानी कि प्रशासनिक जितनी भी शक्तियां हैं, and executive. All these powers are divided between center, state and local bodies. ठीक है, so ours is a federal, यानी कि separate executive and legislature at center and state. We all know कि at center we have Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. At state level also we have two houses. We have Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. Now we have self-governance at local level. We know about the local government, Panchayati Raj system and all. We have self-governance at local level. All these systems owe their legacy to British administration. So now in our constitution, most of the features, they are drawn from the British legislature, British administration. And for that, you need to have a look over evolution of constitution. Okay, the constitutional development during British rule. Now some of you might say that this is very detailed and we don't need it, but it is not so. If you go through the previous year's paper, they have asked question on many of this constitutional development. Many questions on Montagu-Chelmsford reform, many questions on Minto-Morley reforms. They have asked the question. Like, if you'll give me your 40 minutes, I'll cover this topic. This is not taking anything from us. Let us go through this topic in this 30-40 minutes. And after that, I'll help you to solve those MCQs type of questions, so that you can actually have very brief and precise precise information at the time of your revision. So this is like constitutional development during British rule. Okay, so now before 1947, what was the condition of Indian state? India was divided into two entities. One was British India, जिसमें 11 provinces थी, 11 प्रांत थे, 11 provinces. So India was divided into two. One was British India, and what was in British India? 11 provinces. And second was princely state. Princely states were majorly ruled by Indian princes or Indian kings, Indian rulers, but these princely states were under this subsidiary alliance policy. What is this subsidiary alliance policy? That these princes, these princely states had to give certain amount to British government for the maintenance of their army. Like, you are ruling your state, that is okay, but you have to pay certain amount of subsidy. So this was subsidiary alliance policy. So now this second point says कि if you want to know how this constitution, when we see it today, how it has become, how it has evolved, you'll have to see many regulation and acts which were passed before Indian Independence Act of 1947. Okay, one very important thing, law made before Charter Act of 1833. Before 1833, any law which was made was called regulation, and after that it was called acts, and even today we call it act. Okay, any law that comes into force which is passed, we call it act, but before 1833 we used to call it regulation. So I think this is clear. These are very simple things, but you can't ignore these because they ask very basic questions out of these. So first is Regulating Act of 1773. 1773 का जो Regulating Act है, this was first step taken by British Parliament. British Parliament took first step, first administrative or regulating act. This was 1773. And why did they take this step? They wanted to control and regulate the affairs of East India Company in India. So we all know East India Company came in India to do business and trade. Later on they started doing administration and all that. So they wanted to control and regulate the affairs of East India Company. I mean the single company that was trying to rule India, they wanted to control and regulate it. Then what did they do? It designated the Governor of Bengal as Governor General. This is the most important thing. That in 1773 Act, Governor of Bengal, जो गवर्नर ऑफ बंगाल थे वो पोस्ट वॉज कन्वर्टेड टू गवर्नर जनरल पोस्ट. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू 1773 एक्ट गवर्नर ऑफ बंगाल was designated as Governor General of Bengal. And who was the first Governor General? It was Warren Hastings. ठीक है, Warren Hastings. So these are the I think two very important points. That Act of 1773 designated Governor of Bengal as Governor General of Bengal, and Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of Bengal. Then Executive Council of Governor General was established. Now one Governor General is established, that position is designated, but will he work alone? No, he needs some council of minister. So that council, Executive Council of Governor General was established. And there was no separate legislative council till then. And also, now this Governor General of Bengal, they gave him a supreme power. How do they do that? They subordinated governors of Bombay and Madras to this Governor General. They subordinated other two governors because these were very important business areas, Bombay, Madras, Bengal. So this Governor of Bengal was made Governor General, and other two governors of Bombay and Madras, they were subordinated to him. And also the first time Supreme Court was established. When the first Supreme Court was established? As the Apex Court in 1774. So all these things were done as per Regulating Act of 1773. So I can see 15 of you watching now. Now let us go to another act, Pitt's India Act. Please, you all can give your response or anything you want to ask. You want me to change language? You want me to talk in Hindi also? Please say that. And if you have any questions, please do that.